Fleet Marshal SERRAK VOTH once ruled the dark between stars. Later he would sit in a dead system with the lights off, afraid to breathe loud. He would learn a simple truth. Humans do not let you flee. Before that lesson, there was the bridge of his flagship, Dominion Spear. Cold starlight spilled through a wide viewing pane. 200 Caranth warships waited ahead, clean lines, sharp edges, eager guns. SERRAK stood with his hands behind his back. His scales shone under white bridge lights. His yellow eyes held the calm of a predator that had never been wounded. 30 years, 49 worlds, no defeats. Humans would be world 50. A soft chime rang. Communications officer KELLER turned, throat frills tight. Marshal, priority transmission. Source, the Oracle Concord. SERRAK's jaw plates clicked. The Oracle Concord did not trade. They did not ally. They watched, and they remembered. Put it through. The main holo woke in a wash of static. A tall figure formed inside the noise. Pale robes, a smooth black mask, no eyes at all. When the voice came, it sounded ancient, not loud. Ancient like stone speaking. Fleet Marshal SERRAK VOTH, this is Archivist Naor of the Oracle Concord. I speak to you once. The bridge went still. We have seen your vector Naor continue toward human space, toward a border colony called Kenmore Ridge. Do not do this. SERRAK let himself smile. My scouts report weak hulls and thin shields. My fleet will break them in a day. Numbers are a child's math, Naor said. Humans do not fight for territory. They fight for people. All species claim loyalty, SERRAK replied. No, Naor cut in. You do not understand what that word becomes inside a human. When they are threatened, they do not bargain. They do not retreat to save strength. They do not accept loss as a price. They change. Their signal crackled. Naor's outline flickered. Listen carefully, the archivist said. If you strike them, they will not let you flee. They will not honor your surrender. They will follow you across every star lane until your last engine dies. We have records of a dominion that learned this. It is dust now. SERRAK felt heat rise under his scales. Fear was a tool, and he hated being offered it. You speak in myths, he said. My warriors do not fear stories. Nara's voice softened, but it did not weaken. Choose a different prelude, the humans. For your survival. The holo snapped to static. Then black, for several breaths. Nobody moved. Nav Officer Drask finally asked, Marshal, change course. SERRAK turned away from the dead screen. No, the Oracle Concord has watched too long and fought too little. We continue. He stepped to the tactical wall. Human space looked small, young, scattered. A thin chain of lights next to the thick web of the Caranth Dominion. Kenmore Ridge first, SERRAK told his officers. Fast capture. Then a broadcast. Surrender, or we burn the rest. That night SERRAK reviewed human files. Chemical drives, rail cannons, old metal armor. One line in the cultural report irritated him. Humans celebrated battles they should have lost. They told stories where retreat was shame and sacrifice was pride. He dismissed it and slept. Force was real. Stories were not. 3 days later the Caranth fleet fell out of fold space at Kenmore Ridge. Green farmland curved under a pale sun. A small ring station hung above the colony like a simple tool. Begin, SERRAK ordered. He did not know this was the first step of his own extinction. The alarm on Kenmore Ridge screamed at dawn. Captain OWEN KELLER ran into the command hub with coffee on his shirt. The room smelled of sweat and hot plastic. Everyone stared at the sensor wall. Lieutenant MIRA pointed with a shaking hand. Red marks bloomed at the system edge. 11050 more. How many? OWEN asked. At least 100, MIRA said. Maybe 2. No response to hails. OWEN had been military before. He ran a colony. He knew what that silence meant. General quarters, he ordered. Shelters now. Send an emergency burst to Earth Command. MIRA typed fast. Sent nearest fleet. 3 days. Then we hold 3 days, OWEN said. He spoke like a man. In effect, Kenmore Ridge had 5 patrol ships and a ring of missile pods. Not enough. But humans rarely ask if a fight is fair. They ask who is behind them. OWEN opened the colony channel. This is Captain OWEN KELLER. This is not a drill. Get underground. If you can, lift rubble. If you can carry water. If you can aim, report to defense. The sky cameras showed dark shapes sliding inward. Jagged alien warships, built to frighten. 2 hours later, Space turned bright. Alien beams lanced across the system. Human missiles answered in long white trails. Most died before contact. A few struck home. On the tactical feed, one alien frigate broke apart. Another spun, venting fire. The command hub cheered anyway. A small win still tastes like hope. Fighters inbound, MIRA said. Hundreds of OWEN watched the 5 patrol ships rise to meet them. They were outnumbered and Dungagon the first. Patrol died, then the second. The remaining 3 did not run. They used asteroids for cover. They fired from shadow. When guns failed, they rammed. One pilot drove a burning hull into a fighter pack and vanished in white light. An aide whispered, "Why did they keep going?" Owen did not look away. "Because our kids are down there." Dropships fell at noon. They landed near every town. The colony shook with distant impacts. Asterix, the invaders expected panic. They found organized anger. Farm rigs became rams. Mining charges became traps. Civilians moved ammo through tunnels like they had trained for it all their lives. Reports flooded. In Town 5, holding shelter to secure, ring station breached. By nightfall, Owen knew the colony would fall. Not because humans quit, because the enemy had too much steel. The command hub shuddered. Outer doors failed. Owen faced his last staff, 12 people, sewed on their faces, cuts wrapped in cloth. "It's been an honor," he said. The doors blew inward. Alien soldiers poured through. A stun pole slammed Owen into darkness. He woke in a holding cell. The air smelled of metal and ozone. Dr. Lena Park sat against the wall, uniform torn. Sergeant Jace Rourke held his arm in a rough sling. "How long?" Owen asked. 6 hours, Lena said. They took 54 questioning. They took wounded first. The cell door hissed open. 2 guards entered. A third followed, wearing a command crest. "I am Commander Rithon," the alien said in careful English. "You fought well, for primitives." He tilted his head. "But why did you not surrender when defeat was certain?" Lena stood. "Because you attacked our home." "All species defend territory," Rithon replied. "But you fought past reason. Your losses were extreme." Jace let out a laugh with no humor. "You'd think that was the fight? That was the alarm bell?" Rithon's eyes narrowed. "Your fleets are days away. We will be gone before they arrive." Owen stepped closer to the bars. "You do not get to leave." The alien hesitated, as if the words did not fit his world. "We are not soldiers only," Owen said. "You hit our families. That makes every human a soldier." Rithon left without answering. 3 hours later, MIRA was thrown into the cell. Bruce smiling anyway. "Did the burst go out?" Owen asked. MIRA nodded. "Every relay caught it. We sent whole scans, weapon logs, and your battle plan. We taught them how you fight." Lena closed her eyes. "They wanted to make an example. They just trained a species." Alarms began to howl above them. Boots ran in the corridor. A guard came, pale under his scales, and muttered, "Human ships detected." Many. Owen smiled, slow and sure. "Fast." "Our intelligence said 3 days," the guard said. OWEN's voice stayed calm. "Your intelligence was wrong about everything." Admiral MAYA REYES arrived with 47 ships. She saw Kenmore Ridge through the main screen, scarred and smoking. Broken ring. Fires on farmland. Shelters calling for help. "Rescue teams down," she ordered. Commander Elias Grant handed her the colony report. Civilians targeted. Towns shelled. Children taken. A list of dead already forming. Maya felt something in her chest go cold. "They think they can hit us and go home." Elias nodded. "Enemy fleet left 6 hours ago. Vector, back toward their border lane." Maya stared at the stars, then said, "Let them go." The bridge crew blinked. "This is not a battle," Maya said. "This is a hunt." She opened fleet. "Come, Saul, ships. We are not here to win a fair fight. We are here to make sure this never happens again." Half her fleet followed the enemy at distance. The other half scattered to nearby systems. To the galaxy it looked like chaos. To humans, it was a net, because humans had built a quiet habit across 100 worlds. Long-range sensors on civilian ships, emergency drills in schools, basic combat training for dock workers and farmers, not because they wanted war, because they knew it might come. Within a day, a broadcast flooded the bands. Every language, every frequency. "These are our dead faces." Followed names, short notes of who they were. The message ended with one line: "We will find the ones who did this." Fleet Marshal SERRAK received the broadcast in foldspace. His officers watched in silence. "It is guild tactics," one said. SERRAK did not answer. He had heard anger. He had seen hate. This was something else. This was a promise with teeth. Then reports began. Human ships in small groups watching lanes. Boardings of lone cruisers. Convoys stopped, not destroyed, but searched. Manifests demanded. Anyone linked to Kenmore Ridge was taken. The rest were released with a beacon welded to their hull. A mark that told the net where to look next. SERRAK felt the trap closing, day by day. They are not fighting my empire, he said at last. They are hunting my people. One human group showed the pattern. Captain Nora Blake of the cutter Quiet Knife intercepted a lone Carinth cruiser near a gas giant. She matched speed and locked docking clamps. Her team walked the corridors with rifles low. They demanded the crew list. They matched names to Kenmore Ridge. They found one officer, a bombardment coordinator, wearing a medal from the raid. Nora tapped the name on a tablet. This one comes with us, she said. The rest of you can leave. We surrender, the alien captain said. Nora shook her head. We do not want your ship. We want the people who chose the targets. When the cruiser limped away, it carried a beacon that could not be removed. After that, the galaxy started choosing neutral ports, refused Carinth docking codes. Governments detained crews before human hunters arrived. Nobody wanted the Dominion. Nobody wanted the humans looking at them either. And the net kept closing. Weeks turned into months. Carinth crews deserted in neutral ports. Others begged to surrender to governments that once feared the Dominion. Those governments handed them to humans anyway. Nobody wanted to be seen helping the killers of children. The Oracle Concord broadcast again. Archivist NAOR's voice rolled across the networks. We warned you. Humans do not make war as you do. They make a vow, and their whole species keeps it. 6 months after Kenmore Ridge, SERRAK hid near the rim. Emergency power. No lights. No signals. His once proud fleet was down to a few battered ships. His officers spoke softly now. Like hunted animals, SERRAK searched human doctrine for weakness. He found an old human idea. Hostage, leverage, a homeworld taken to force terms. Earth. If he could threaten Earth, surely humans would bargain. He did not know humans had prepared for that thought the moment Kenmore Ridge burned. General Hector Shaw briefed Maya. Intercepts suggest SERRAK is coming here. He thinks we will negotiate. Maya's mouth turned into a thin line. Let him come. Hunt groups were recalled. Stealth fleets concentrated. Orbital platforms armed. Earth became a shell of hidden guns. Then SERRAK arrived. 23 ships dropped out near Seoul, engines scoffing. Earth hung ahead, blue and white, quiet and bright. Platforms, his sensor chief whispered. Dozens? No, hundreds. SERRAK's confidence cracked. He had been lied to by his own arrogance. Transmission, Kelia said, voice shaking. The main screen lit. Admiral MAYA REYES appeared. Calm, seated in a plain command chair. Fleet, Marshal SERRAK VOTH, she said. We have been expecting you. SERRAK forced a warrior's voice. I offer terms. Surrender your world, and I spare your civilities. Maya's face did not change. You misunderstand. You're not here to attack. You are here to be captured. A scream cut across his bridge. Ships decloaking all around. Space filled with human warships. They slid into view from asteroid shadow and lunar dark. Stealth fields dropped away like curtains. Hundreds. SERRAK single quotes. 23 ships were surrounded. Maya spoke into the open channel. For 6 months we pushed you. Every corridor we left open, we pushed you here. SERRAK's claws flexed. I demand negotiation. The time for negotiation was before you fired on shelters, Maya replied. You chose then. Now we answer. The battle was short. Human fire disabled drives and weapons with precise cuts. Carinth ships went dark one by one. Boarding teams flooded SERRAK's flagship. His crew did not fight. They only waited for the end. SERRAK was dragged into a chamber with a wide window. Earth turned below like a slow heartbeat. Maya stood across from him. Why? SERRAK rasped. We offered surrender. We offered payment. Why did you not let us go? Maya gestured to the planet. Do you see that world? Every person down there knows the names of the dead from Kenmore Ridge. SERRAK flinched. You did not take territory, she said. You killed families. You made it personal. That is why you could not flee. SERRAK's voice cracked. We were following orders. This is how war is. Not with us, Maya replied. When you hurt our people, you fight all of us. SERRAK stared, broken. What happens now? Trial, Maya said. Truth. Sentence. The trials lasted months. Neutral observers watched. Evidence played. Names read. Faces shown. The galaxy saw what conquest looked like when it burned a school shelter. Some Corinth pleaded guilty. Some tried to hide behind orders. The court did not accept. Its SERRAK was last. Final statement. The chief judge asked. SERRAK swallowed, and his pride finally died. I should have listened to the warning. After the verdicts, the Corinth Dominion cracked. Vassals walked away. Border worlds refused tribute. Peace treaties arrived fast, signed with shaking claws. The Oracle Concord updated its archive with a single line: do not threaten their homes. 1 year after Kenmore Ridge, Colonel Owen KELLER stood in the rebuilt plaza. A black stone wall held names carved deep. Families touched letters like prayers. A group of young alien envoys visited under escort. They had wide eyes and quiet voices. One asked, "Is it true humans never forgive?" Owen looked at the wall. He read the names he had carried since dawn. "We forgive," he said, "but we do not forget, and we do not let anyone hurt our people," and walk away. Another envoy asked, would it not have been easier to accept surrender and stop? Owen faced him. His voice stayed gentle, but it did not bend. This was not about easy, it was about right. He pointed to the carved stone. Every name here is someone's child, someone's friend, someone's world. He lifted his gaze to the sky. Humans are peaceful when left alone. We trade. We build. We argue over small things. His eyes hardened. But if you come for our families, distance does not matter. Time does not matter. Hiding does not matter. You let the words settle. We will find you, and we will make it right.